Blind Beauty.
Jamie Paolinetti once said, "Limitations live only in our minds, but if we use our imaginations, our possibilities become endless."
Hello everyone and welcome to Blind Beauty. I'm Jennifer. What I thought I would do today, I'm in a little bit different area here. I'm actually sitting on my bed right now because I'm going through a bunch of makeup and we're going to go through and kind of do a declutter today. These are going to be broken up into each individual section videos where there will be one that's like primers and setting sprays, as well as one for foundations and concealers, one for powder, one for blush, contour, and highlight. That may be broken up into individual videos as well. One for eyeshadows, one for liners and mascaras, one for brow products, and then one for like miscellaneous items. And if y'all want to see a skincare and hair care collection video as well, let me know about that as well. I am going to be decluttering some of these items. However, like the skincare and hair care I have already decluttered, and I've already decluttered some of these items as well. But I thought we'd still go through it together, and I could share with you what exactly I have in my collection. So today, what I'm going to start out with is my primers and setting sprays. I'm going to go somewhat in order of how I wear them. So, let's get started. Alright, first thing I have here, I'm just grabbing from the side here. Most of the products I have in baskets, but not my primers and setting sprays. But this right here is the NYX First Base Primer Spray. Now this is not bad, especially if I'm wanting to layer things. Now, I mean, it has a decent mist. If you can tell that. I like this as a primer spray or even as just a refresher spray. I have my fan going, so I have to spray a little more whenever my fan's going. Because it wants to blow it a little out there. But, hey, you go with what you got. Alright, we got that taken care of. Now then, what I'm going to do here, well, we're just going to go through all of them actually. I'm going to, because I only have a couple setting sprays anyway. So this right here is the Monistat Complete Care Chafing Relief Powder Gel. And if you've been with my channel very long, you know that I love this stuff. I have actually tried this in, compared to like Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, I think is what it was called. I had a little sample of that, and this felt just as good. So, I love this. I'm definitely keeping it. Now this here, I don't see a use for it really. It's not a primer or setting spray, but it's a foundation mixer, really. It is the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer, and I have the shade Warm, I believe, is what this is called. I bought this because I thought it would help to, make my foundations wearable if they weren't wearable. But I mean, it is downright red. Now I haven't tried this like as a concealer. I might try that because, like under foundation. I mean, look at how red that is. That's just, yeah, that's nuts. And yes, I'm rubbing it in. I don't have my towel right here with me, so just kind of rubbing it into my hand. But as I rub it in, it doesn't look too bad. It kind of gives a little depth. It gives a, I guess, bronzy look whenever it's rubbed in. But I just haven't really found a big use for this. Let me know if you own this product, how you like to use it. That is the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer. Then I've got the Shop Miss A AOA Studio Wonder Skin Illuminating Primer. I've lost the lid to this, but this is a decent primer, especially if you don't have oily skin. I'm not a huge fan of this, but, for $1, it is actually a decent primer. Looks like that right there. Gives a tiny bit of a glow, but not an oily glow. But for me, being more oily, especially during the summertime, it gives too much of a glow. It doesn't really help keep oil at bay. That's my issue. But, it doesn't work any worse than no primer at all. So it actually works a little better than no primer for me. So I'll keep it. I mean, most of these I'm keeping, but some of them I'm going to put in like a Project Empties type thing. This is the Stellar Brilliant Primer. It's a little sample size thing here. Yeah, it's been opened. I think this is actually supposed to be a lip primer, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I've always just used it as an actual primer. Let me see here. It is white, from what I remember. Actually, it has a pinky tone to it. Right here. I mean, I've gotten so many samples of different things in Ipsy, BoxyCharm, Allure, all that in the past that I've got to try to use some of them up. So this is going to be a Project Empties. I'm going to have like a separate bin for Project Sample Empties. And if you want to see a video of all those together, let me know in the comments down below, because I can do that. So, but that right there. And then this is actually something that I love. I wouldn't pay the full price for it. It is the In Transit Camera Close-Up Mask, Moisturizer, and Primer in one. I mean, it feels so good. You know, it's by the brand This Works. But it does feel good. It's just expensive. So I try not to use this unless it's a special occasion or something like that. But I will put it in the Project Sample Empties area to finish up. Now this here is the Maybelline Baby Skin. This is gonna go. I really don't care for this. This seems to ball up unless I'm sitting there just pat. But I don't feel like patting always gets it into my skin like I want it to. So this is gonna hit the road. You know. Then this here I'm not a fan of either, but I'm going to give it another shot. I've got another area that I've got here that I'm going to have like a second chance declutter things. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. Right here, I've only used this a handful of times, but personally it's like not a huge fan. I won't go through every single product and give mini reviews unless you want me to. Well, actually I can do that, never mind. Forget that. This is the e.l.f. Blemish Control Primer. If you saw my recent makeup tutorial I used, I used this as well as that NYX spray. Both. And this is actually a decent primer. e.l.f. primers are not bad primers. They are kind of pricey because compared to like the baby skin, well, you don't get a whole lot in the baby skin, but I think this was like $5 for the little one that I got. I mean, it's $6 for this blemish control primer. It might be even higher now. I don't know, because they have gotten 2 different sizes of the e.l.f. primers like that now. But the tone correcting primer used to be good too. And this is another In Transit camera close-up. You know, I have 2 different ones here. Let me see here. Are they the same size? Yes, they are. They're the same size and everything, and they've both been opened, I believe. Yeah, both of them have been opened. I have another one, actually, that I'm putting in a giveaway, that whenever I do hit 100 subscribers, I'll do a giveaway. Then this here is the Cover FX primer. I mean, Cover FX is an expensive brand in general, but this primer is absolutely amazing. It feels just as good as my Monistat, really, though. So if you are on the fence about, well, do I really need to buy this or the Monistat, I would go with the Monistat. But let me know if you want to see a head-to-head with these two, like Monistat on one side and Cover FX on the other, because I am working on head-to-head videos where I do drugstore versus high-end. I'm still testing out products to see, you know, what is similar in ingredients and all that, similar in tones and everything. And then this is the Pores No More Luminizing Primer. This is pretty good. It does actually keep oil at bay on me better than the Shop Miss A one. Actually, I think I will declutter the Shop Miss A one. Even though, you know, it is a good, decent primer, I'm still going to toss that, and I'll get the matte one of that. Then the Luminizer Primer from Pores No More, Dr. Brandt Pores No More. This is actually a pretty good product, but it's expensive. I got this, I think, in a BoxyCharm or a Lure or something like that. But it is, like I said, it's decent. Would I purchase the full size? Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. The most I usually spend on products is like $10. Something like that. Then I have the Peter Lamas. I almost said Peter Lewis, but I'm thinking No Sleep Podcast, not Beauty. No Sleep Podcast is a scary story podcast I listen to. But this is Peter Lamas Supreme Radiance Complexion Booster. Now this has like a tan, bronzy type color. You can just see the lip of the tube and tell that it's a brownie type color, but it does go on clear and it kind of gives a nice glow to my skin. So if I'm not wanting to wear anything, including tinted moisturizer or whatever, I typically will put this on. Now this is another sample size that I'm putting in the sample thing. But, it's not a bad primer, even, because it does give a little bit extra, I don't know the right word, it just, well, like it says, complexion booster. There you go. Then this here is the CC Cream by Supergoop. Honestly, don't know anything about it. I think I've tested, like, it on the back of my hand, but I haven't used it. It's a peachy colored stuff. This was another sample, so that, of course, is going in the Project Samples empty. Then this here, now this is not going in the sample empties, because I do actually want to use this, as needed, use it sparingly. It is the Hourglass Mineral Veil, I believe Hourglass Veil is what it says. It is a little sample size here, but this feels wonderful on my face as well. I could do head-to-heads between, several of the higher-end stuff, like the chafing gel, chafing gel, the Cover FX, and the Hourglass. If y'all want to see head-to-heads between those and comparisons between those and whatnot, I can do that. But, it's not a bad thing. So, and then I have I believe it's by Benefit, I think, Benefit Pores No More. This is a teeny tiny sample. I've basically just been using this very sparingly, because I do want this to last, because it is so good, but it is so expensive. But this is a teeny tiny sample. So that's the Pores No More. And then I have just a couple other items here. This is the e.l.f. e.l.f. Hydrating, not HD, e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer. Now to me, this is just a fancy, well not a fancy, but a small under eye moisturizer. It doesn't give the little slip like some of the other stuff does, like the Pores No More or the Luminizer primer from Pores No More. Yeah, I mean, but to me it's just a plain Jane moisturizer, but I'll keep it just because if I'm wanting a quick go-to, boom, I'm done, don't want to worry about putting on eye cream or anything like that, this does work. But that's all it's really good for, is just an eye cream. It doesn't make my concealer last any longer, it doesn't hold anything in place longer, nothing like that, but, hey, whatever. Then this right here is the e.l.f. Matte Magic Setting Spray. It's another decent spray. Sprayed myself in the face anyway with it. But, I mean, I don't notice that it makes me go overly matte either. Now, I have, like, highlight on and all that. It does not take away the luminosity from my highlight. Now, it does help with oil and to help keep oil at bay, in my opinion, because I have done tests on myself before where I had no primer, or no setting spray, and then setting spray, and the side with the setting spray did last a little bit longer, like a couple hours longer before it looked, greasy. and it lasted like several hours longer, like I think 4 or 5 hours longer before it started breaking down, like the other side already had been really early on. So that right there is my little declutter. I went ahead also and put the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer thing in the declutter area. I might not throw this away necessarily, but have it set aside for if someone eventually says, hey, I want that. Or if I figure out how to use it, you know, might do that too. But, you know, or better yet, even put it with the Rimmel matte Stay Matte Primer and give it another shot. We'll do that. Put it with that. And then, basically the only two primers I'm getting rid of are the AOA Studio Wonder Skin and the Maybelline Baby Skin. That's the only ones I'm actually getting rid of. So that right there is my decluttering of my primers and setting sprays. I only got rid of 2, but you can tell I really didn't have a whole lot of stuff, so, you know, hey, at least you got to see what I had in my collection and get, you know, little mini reviews and some swatches and whatnot too in the process. So, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you subscribe for all my other videos, the decluttering videos that I'm going to have coming, because I'm going to be filming several of them while I'm right here going through things. So I do hope you subscribe for all those, as well as follow me over on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. I have all that, as well as there is a Facebook group called Blind Beauty Support. I will leave the links down below to all that, where if you want to follow me, if you want to join the group, I'd love to get to know some of y'all, so I do hope you do that, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.